Yes. Welcome back, my friends, to my channel. It's Ethan. Welcome back, my friends, to my channel. It's Ethan again. Out here on the hustle. One thing with America, this place does not sleep. Topic of this video: America does not sleep. That's one of the things that make this country great. Does not sleep. You know, man, if you don't get it in the morning, in the day, you gotta come and get it at night. Sometimes you gotta come day and night and get it. And you know, it is a reality of this country, and it is one of it. I would say it is the greatest country on earth, in which there's an opportunity. You can come and have an opportunity to work, whether it be work and make a living. And you know, that's the great thing about it. But I would encourage anybody, if you're coming to this country, there's two things. You consistently, it doesn't matter how old it is, consistently invest in yourself, in learning whatever you're interested in terms of schooling. You know, invest in yourself, because one of the biggest mistakes that we make as adults is that we invest in our children, which is right. Nothing wrong in invest in our children, but we must also don't neglect ourselves. Doesn't matter how old you are, invest in yourself, because at certain point in time, those children that you have, they are going to go out on their own. And many a time, those same children, they neglect you. You understand? And so, you have to invest in yourself. In terms of learning and, you know, whether it be higher education or whatever, or trade or whatever. Invest in yourself to consistently learning. Find something to make yourself happy and occupy your time and make yourself productive. Doesn't matter how old or young you are. And like I said, this place don't sleep, does not sleep. And you know, if you look, you know, I mean, I'm driving and gonna see many places I'm going to, because now during this time of the night, I'm out here doing some Uber to make some extra cash. But I'm riding back now to the airport, because this time of the night is better off getting some airport trips. You know, airport trips pay more money than driving around. Sometimes I mix it up. I drive around and I picked up from the airport, and you know, this whole Uber game, it's, you know, you could, you know, make a little extra, money on the side, you know, because we all need a little extra on the side. You know what I'm saying? Make everything work. Gotta mix it up, make everything work. As you know, cost of living getting higher and higher every day. You know, that's how we have to do it. That's how I have to do it, and many folks here have to do it. You know, this is late night and I'm out here, and many of these places that I'm driving past, you know, as I'm going down this stretch, open. So I'm just gonna do this little short video as my drive heading back towards the airport. I'm here now in Miami. I like to drive at night, because during the daytime this place is crowded and it's very, very congested, and people drive very crazy and, you know, recklessly and hostile. So really sometimes I really don't like to drive during the day, and there's just so many accidents. I rather drive at night, where in which it's a little bit more easier to operate on these operate on these roads. Yeah, you see there's a bus picking up people, all these, this place still busy, still operating. But as the world is changing, and as we see this country is changing, we have to put in a little bit more extra, work a little bit more harder, to make ends meet and make life a little bit more easier. Most of us have family, you got to feed kids, and it's not kids and wife, and you got families back home in the different countries that you got to take care of. And so we had to put in the extra work, the extra work in this country. And that's one of the reasons why I do many things. Because in this time and season, we got to think about multiple sources of income. We got to multitask, You got to multitask. And that's, I remember when I was growing up in Jamaica, you'll have a farmer and he will have different crops to meet different seasons. Got a lot of fruit trees, then you'll have your catch crop, then you'll have your coffee, then you have your pimento, you have your back in the day when I was growing up, then you plant your carrot, you plant your gungo peas, you plant all these different crops to meet different seasons. So you have something coming in. As my stepfather once said, it is wise while you sleep, while you sleep, you have something growing. And that's one profound thing, he said that always stick in my mind. While you are sleeping, it's wise that you have something growing. And gotta multitask. Now as I'm pulling up to this old different neighborhood here back in the days, this was my little stamping ground. This is Northeast 6th Avenue. I'm pulling down Northeast 6th Avenue. This is mostly a community that changed through the years. You got a little man right here that doing his little barbecue. Gas station still operating, people walking, and things happening, nothing sleeping. You could see police over there busy. This is one place where in which crime is high, this neighborhood change. Remember back in the day, this was my stamping ground. Used to hang out over here. A lot of stuff used to go on. Little gym I used to go to back here. Little grocery store I used to work in. Back in the day. And you got people here walking, pulling down. So this place don't sleep. I mean, it's daytime is worse. As I say, just making a little video to post it on the YouTube. This is Northeast 6th Avenue. Then after this, I'm gonna hit the 95 back to the airport, where I could pick up a passenger. As I say, the airport trips is more money. So sometimes I like to just go pick up from the airport and just, and then later on after the airport close, I just do local runs, Yep, yeah, buddy. It's not easy. Gotta keep the hustling rolling. Gotta keep the ship sailing. Gotta keep the bike riding. stop. Yeah. Can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, can't stop. Can't stop. Yeah. So this right here gonna be 167th Street. Yeah, it's kinda, another little man right there having a little food truck selling food. Yeah. Little restaurants, gas stations. This place don't sleep. So I'm gonna hit the 95. Go right back to the airport. Pick up another trip. Probably gonna be like this until about 5 in the morning. Tomorrow. Till about 5 o'clock in the morning. Go in and get some sleep. Some nights I go out, some nights I don't. Depends on how my body feel. So it all depends on how my body feel. Gotta also get rest. Yeah. Yep. All right. Yep. All right, I'm jumping on the highway now. Back to the airport. Yeah, this place don't sleep. Don't sleep. And the hustle, don't sleep. Gotta go overtime. Cause time don't rewind. Time don't rewind. On the highway back to the airport. There go a news vehicle, channels 10. I guess there is news somewhere. Something happening somewhere. News vehicle. Yep. As I say, this place don't sleep. Miami-Dade County, Broward County, Palm Beach County, don't sleep. Don't sleep. Just leave from Miami-Dade County, right into Broward County, going into Fort Lauderdale Airport. Get another passenger. Don't know where this other person will be going. Maybe back up in Miami or back in Palm Beach somewhere. You see on these streets, they got men at work. Got men at work. This is one of my exit back in the airport. The exit blocked off. Can't get in there. Blocking the road. That's one thing here with between Miami and Fort Lauderdale is that it's constant construction on these roads. Never stop. Constant construction on these roads. Never stops. Breakdown there.
That is all supported by you tonight. Caleb is a listener on a radio station. Also, thank you to Mariah in Portland, Oregon for doing your part.
Yeah.
And Alina in Sacramento.
So almost at the airport.
$30.
Almost at the airport.
Thank you.
That's a 26-minute drive
You're here right now. Will you take one of
from
these spots at $30?
not too far into Miami. That's
Before
just
the final minute even starts. Like, look, I know some
not Miami. You see, I like to go to not Miami because
people love to give
back and forth because it's not that far. But if I go to South Beach, I would have to stay down there for a while. I try to get a ride from there to come back up into Fort Lauderdale. Or to come back up into Fort Lauderdale. But I like to go to North Miami. You know, there's certain places I like to go. So, it's a short journey back to the airport to get an airport trip. You know, that's really easier and smoother drive into North Miami and back. You know, and as we see here, we'll take you right into the Uber parking lot. See, most of these people that's in the Uber parking lot go back. Let's see this place. This is the road back into the airport. Road back into the airport. This is a shortcut back into the airport. Shortcut into the airport. Let me see, I got construction going on here where it's saying men at work. This man got in this thing here. Slow down. There's a policeman there. Yeah. See, this place don't sleep. Don't sleep, folks. America don't sleep. Don't sleep. Some folk gotta get it night and day. Some folk, you get it in the daytime or you get it at night. Some folk work night and day. You know? So, a dollar don't come easy. You gotta earn that dollar. There's a lot of traffic now going back into the airport. I got this big old sweeper sweeping the street, moving so darn slow, like a turtle, keeping up traffic. But that's the airport at night. It's the airport over there. That's men over there working. See, this place don't sleep. Alright, this is my way back into the airport. Yeah, this is the Uber parking lot. Uber parking lot. So full it is, full, very, very full. Full of people. Full of drivers. Full of drivers, Fort Lauderdale Airport Uber parking lot. Full of drivers. You look over there, you got men still sitting around, food truck, all these cars. So I'll come here and I'm gonna wait for a ride to go back out. They're gonna take me somewhere. So people don't stop flying in till probably about 2-3 in the morning. But all the way up to 3 o'clock, you still could have flights coming in. You know, so this place don't sleep. And so this is one episode of America Don't Sleep in the city of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So God bless you all. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. Peace.